the best things in life are free. That's why today we are looking at these 3D model collectibles that can be used in your projects to add the production value that was missing. These range from buildings, destroyed post-apocalyptic structures, roads, debris, and more. You can see how well detailed they are, and I'm going to be leaving links in the description to the Blender Everything page where you will find a list of all these downloadables that you can use for your project, and they are all under the CC attribution license, so you are free to copy and redistribute the material in any medium or format, remix, transform, or build up the material for the purpose, even commercially. So it's a lot of great detail that you can add into your projects that will enhance the project and make it look more realistic. So we're going to look at this and see how we can also use them to create a simple project within a matter of minutes. I'm going to start with this destroyed building collection. You can see these buildings are quite high detailed, and they're all well textured with high resolution textures. And if you scroll down, you can see some of the examples that gelme.com used. It was even difficult for me to tell if those were taken by a real photo or by just rendered with a software, 3D software. But yeah, this is also under CC attribution, so you can use it. And let's download it and see how we can create something at least similar to this in Blender. I'm going to open up a Blender project here. I've already downloaded the models, so I'm going to go under File, Import. I downloaded this as FBX, so let me just go to that, Downloads, Compressed, Destroy Buildings, and I'll just select this destroyed building FBX and import it. Yeah, so it has imported in, and you can see some of the buildings here. And if you go to the material preview, you see that it has missing textures, so the textures have not imported in correctly. And if you select this, you will see that these also have keyframes, so I'm going to go in and remove those. And if you go on File, External Data, find missing textures, you can navigate to the file, to the original file. So for example here, you find that there are some textures in there. If I click on that, and so for some reason this tool here doesn't seem to find the missing textures, so I'm just going to go to one of these buildings, and since they are all sharing the same textures, and go to shading and look at the texture they are using, and just go to that directly. So just select this and go to the textures, select it, and it should import correctly. I'm also going to turn on ambient occlusion just to see how beautiful these buildings are. Just push the factor up, and you can see how amazing the detail is on these buildings. So yeah, let's see how we can turn this into a post-apocalyptic scene. One thing I'm going to make sure to do is make sure that I apply the rotation of these and apply the scale of these, so that if we jump into geometry nodes, we have everything set and ready to go. And another thing I could make sure to check is that the pivot point is in the right collection. I'm seeing this pivot point here, which is for this building is not really in a good position, so I'm going to just select this and make sure that the pivot point is at the bottom like that. Now I can go to geometry nodes and set up something that looks like this building. Now with this collection, we can use geometry nodes to instance this into maybe something we could use as to create a city like this. Maybe we could create a grid. Let's get a plane here. I'm just going to scale it up a bit, apply the scale, and just distribute points. We don't need that many points, that's too much. Let's use maybe something like that, instance on points, and just drag our collection, our building collection. Make sure we do separate and reset children, and connect this to us as our instance, and make sure you use pick collection as well. Bring that in. We currently have too many again, so let's use 0.1. Use a probability, so random value data type to boolean. I get this probability, reduce the particle count. So this is a good starting point. And one other thing we could do is rotate the buildings randomly, another random value on the Z. Now we can even use a math node with the snap operation with a snap of 1.57, which is radians for 90 degrees, and that will let the buildings rotate or have a random rotation at a 90-degree random rotation instead of just rotating randomly like that. I can come into these and just stack some of these buildings. I'm going to go to edit mode and duplicate these, so we have some taller buildings like that, and maybe duplicate another one like this, Shift D, maybe even make this thicker, and you can see what we have. So now I can just come in here. Yeah, you can see with just this here, this destroyed building set, are we able to make this? And if you couple that with a few other buildings, like for this, you can add in extra detail, have this warehouse, have a heap of debris, and more debris, all detailed, well made. Yeah,